We are going to have a very exciting session today. John Carl, what do you want to say about today? Just
I'm looking forward to it. I'm just excited to be role playing with our community and sharing the excitement of what we do here every day. And today, a few people get to be admin for the day. And
don't give it away yet. Don't.
admin
People
for
are
the day.
wondering.
I hope I didn't. It's nothing like thinking on your feet though. So even if I did kind of like give a little insight, it's all about being spontaneous. Today we're going to be spontaneous. I'm looking forward to it. Anything from you, Charmaine, before we move to our intro song?
Absolutely, absolutely. Welcome all to day 326. What you're going to experience is three beautiful people that have come together and created something very special. And we truly hope that you get to enjoy and appreciate your experience with us this morning.
Awesome. See you on the other side, family.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together.
Yes. So one of the things we tell the facilitator is when the song completes, you're on mute to unmute yourself. And here I am speaking through my muted self. All right. So those things happen, right? This is a day in the admin. So, we're going to be as transparent as possible. And we are here today. This was a spontaneous action. This was not the original plan. The original plan, we had a facilitator in place, planned, and the facilitator has a type of job that has them be pulled on as they are on call for emergencies. And of course, an emergency happened. So they were not able to, they gave us the heads up that they may not be able to present. So on Thursday, I created a slide with a question mark. It was the first slide. That was the first time you saw that slide. And it was because we didn't have a person in place yet. And we also weren't sure if this person was going to be the one still. So I said, let me see what image I could find, and the question mark looked fun. And so I really didn't have a clue. But I didn't want to let you all know that we didn't have a clue, because it might have worked out just fine. Anyhow, over the weekend, the search for the request for someone to step in did not happen. And in the back of my mind, I'm saying, well, maybe us admin can do something. So Charmaine and John Carl were open to that something. And we came together and we created this. So this is the something that we created. So we have been, us as the Wake Up Everybody admin. And today's objective is to give the WOO members, that's you, a behind the scenes hands-on experience while inspiring potential facilitators and growing admin interest. So we have an ulterior motive, right? So this is a session, you're going to have some fun. You're going to practice in some activities, and maybe we can get a facilitator out of you for future. Maybe we can get you, have you be an admin at some point. So, John?
Yes. I love that, Kenya Fu. Today, everybody have the opportunity to participate, be an admin. They will get a chance to, you will get a chance to collaborate, create, and communicate. We will all be witness to 3 facilitated topics presented by you, our WOO community. You have been here with us, and we know that many of you are capable of doing this, what we do. Be an admin. Charmaine?
So yes, I am Charmaine. I do Facebook, but today I'm doing double duty or triple duty and just showing you how we as admins, we fill in any spot. But so for you, the community, you are going to get some topics to choose from that you're going to present on. Everyone except for the Wake Up Everybody facilitators will go into breakout rooms to co-create a random topic chosen by you, the community. Everyone will facilitate a part of the presentation, meaning that there will be 3 of you in a room and each person is going to facilitate. And we'll go furthermore with the instructions as we co-create this beautiful session together. And everyone will have an opportunity to be in that facilitator's admin's chair. And I pass it back on to Coach Kenyofu.
All right. So there will be in this breakout room 3 people. A topic will be assigned to you before you enter. So you're going to collectively choose topics you want to hear, but the topic you're going to present on is going to be randomly selected. So you won't have a choice in that. You'll have 10 minutes to collectively plan the topic in the breakout room. You'll co-create 3 sections. And John, if you could put up the slide, that would be great.
Yeah.
Put the second slide up with the instructions, not the topics yet. So you'll have 3 sections that we want the presentation to look like. One is the introduction. So as you know, in school, I don't want to say school because it's not school, but just, we were ingrained with how to do the thing. The introduction, the body, and then the conclusion. So the introduction, keep it simple. You only have 10 minutes to plan, and guess what? You only have 5 minutes to present. Then the body is a question, a simple 1 to 3, simple. Did I say what I say? I said simple. I type in the chat, simple, and I want to know that you know. Questions and the conclusion. All right. Each person will take on the role of facilitator and cover one of the previous sections. So one person will take on introduction, the next person will take on activity, the next person will take on conclusion. The people who are not facilitating, who are not speaking in that moment, will play the role of admin, and they will monitor the chat. Monitoring the chat means reading what is there, reading that out loud, and typing in questions that the facilitator asks. And if time allows, the admin will call on the name of an audience member to succinctly answer 1 to 3 short and simple questions. One of the WOO admin will manage the tech as it relates to unmuting the participants. So all you need to do is say, look through the chat or the participant list and say, oh, I think I want this person to answer this question, and say that person's name. We will unmute. Okay, John.
Okay, so right before should I go to the topics now, Kenyofu? What do you think?
No, there's a section. You can read the next section. And
All right.
let me
with
see
you.
here. Yeah. I don't know how many topics we're having yet, so let me figure that out. We're having, I'm gonna do the math. So I'm gonna speak through, give me a second while I speak through that so we all can see how we do this. There are 17 participants. It was 18 a minute ago. So we are flopping. And I'm taking away 4 of us. That's the 3 of us plus Niger. So that means that number is 15, 14. Wait, what is the number? Can't count. 13.
Okay.
And I'm dividing 13 by 3 because there's 3 people in a room. So it's not going to be even. That's 4 people. And so one room is going to have 5 people. 4 rooms. One person will have 4. One room will have 4 people instead of 3. Unless, yes.
I love rolling with the spirit, and I think that it is perfect. It is perfect setup, and I know that when we set up these breakout rooms, it is all going to follow through. And I like to also share again that, you know, what you just shared, 10 minutes per room to plan this session. Right now we're having 4 to 5 people per room, unless we have a spurt of communities popping in, you know, within the next couple seconds, and that can definitely happen. So again, family, is 10 minutes per room to plan this session. And we're going to do, your presentation is going to be 5 minutes presentation. And after the presentation, after the breakout rooms, you'll come back to the main room, and then we will have a selection of which 3 teams will present this morning. And okay, awesome. Just following, and again, as you see us present every morning, we have communication going in the background. There's a lot of stuff, and it takes spontaneity and thinking on your feet to do this. And we know that all of our members have this capability. So I'm very excited about this session this morning. And not sure if I missed anything, but we were looking for feedback from the audience on your subject. Again, everything is going to be spontaneous. So I'm pretty excited and looking forward to it.
Okay, and the one thing I forgot to mention is that if you facilitated before on Wake Up Everybody, we're not putting you in the room. So you'll be in the room with us. And so what that means that I'm reassigning the rooms. All right, so hold up. Because numbers are changing as we speak. And sorry?
No, I was just saying, I know they would.
Right. Okay, and Nigel, you made a mention about Stacy and Cheryl. I don't see them in the space. Oh, Stacy, which Stacy we're speaking about?
Stacey Evans.
Right. So I don't see Cheryl here. Am I missing something? I don't have her here to put into a room.
Maybe she dropped off. I
Okay.
don't see her either.
All right. So I right now have 3 people in 4 rooms. All right, so I'm not going to open up the rooms yet. I just wanted to make sure that they were set up. Carl, you can move to the next slide.
Or back to the next. Yeah.
Okay. And these are your topics. So you can take 30 seconds to look at those topics, and I'm going to put up a poll, and you're going to choose a topic based in the poll. And the top, how many rooms did I say we had? I said we have 4 rooms. The top 4 topics will be the topics that we're going to distribute in the rooms. So I'm going to put up the poll. Where'd the poll go?
You know, I thought about, Kenya, for while you're working on the poll, I got something to add where We want to also have interaction from our Facebook community. So if you're on Facebook, you can also participate in the poll, and Charmaine can assist us with what those numbers are. And you can choose one of these numbers from 1 to 10, one of these topics, and you can participate in choosing what topics are chosen for the rooms also, if you're on Facebook.
All right, so we have these moments in Zoom, in our Zoom experiences, where we have these plans and the plans do something else. And Zoom has Zoom and Facebook, they have this conspiracy going. It's like, how can we mess with the admin today? So I did set up the poll in our pre-brief session, because before we get here, we do a thing to get ready. I set the poll up. I shared it with the admin. They saw the poll. You all saw the poll, right?
We did.
Okay, so I'm not losing my mind. And so that same message that I got first, I have again. There's no poll here. It says you're logged in from another device. Your polling session is inactive. I didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. I don't know what the difference is. So there is no poll. However,
that's fine, Kenyofu.
I
Again,
know.
we'll have our participants just drop it in the chat, the topics, the numbers, and then at admins, there are 4 of us here, and we can choose what those 4 rooms will look like as far as the topics.
Yes, not a problem. So go ahead and drop your choice, one choice per person, into the chat. And I'll say this, because this is about spontaneity and it's also about transparency, because it's behind the scenes. There was a time when this poll wouldn't have worked and I would have wigged out. I'm not that right now. It's all good. So now what we're going to do is to compile the numbers. So let's see. I'm going to just jot down numbers, not names. And I wish the chat was I could move the chat with my finger, but I can't. So admin, you all can help me.
Kenyofu, I'll share the numbers that are in the chat and you can make a note of them so that you can
Great.
tally it. All right. So we have 2, 6.
What
5.
number is health? What number is health? 5 is health? Okay, thanks.
4,
Mhm.
3, 10, 8, 'Everyone has not 6. If everyone can select a number and drop it in the chat. And Charmaine, if you can also share if there are any numbers dropped into Facebook. Thank you. 7 and 8 again. 4 and this is a combination. Adam, if you could give us one number, that would be great. And anyone else who has not selected a number, if you could drop your one number in the chat. We have another number 6, 5, and 3.
Okay. Awesome.
Anything from Facebook, Charmaine?
Yeah, John Carl have already shared the ones that were dropped in from Facebook. Here are another couple, 4, 5, and 10. So yes, some of those numbers were from Facebook, John Carl. All right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I have 2, 6,
Okay, while Kenyofu is choosing what these breakout rooms will look like, we have the topics in. I'll go back to the presentation and what it will include for some of the members that just came in. Your presentation will have 3 sections. First, the introduction, introducing your topic, and second, the body, which will include 1 to 3 questions. Which will include 1 to 3 questions. That would be your activity. And then number 3 will be your conclusion. And after your presentation, we will get some feedback from our audience. And that will be the complete of your 10-minute presentation as admin for the day. And again, we will choose 3 teams to participate with us this morning from our 4 subjects, I believe, that we've chosen, unless that have also changed. But we are working with this. Again, the muscles we're building this morning is collaboration and spontaneity.
Yes. All right. So I'm renaming the rooms so that you all can know where you are. I will give you the room names before you enter. And we do have 4 topics. Remember that each of you are collaborating on how to express the topic. All right, and the last one renaming right now. Okay, so our topics are relationship, health, money, and sex. And all right, we have, get ready to open up the rooms. Any questions? All right, I don't hear questions. I don't see questions. All right, so.
There are no questions in the chat.
Thank you. All right, so I've set the room up for 10 minutes. And I see other people are coming in, so let me put them in a room. 1, 2. Okay, so I have 2 other people. Yeah. Can they be in a room?
What we can do, Kenyofu, because I know our community here, and people are going to keep popping in. So what we can do is just move forward. Anyone else that come in afterwards that's not in the room, they can be in the main room with us while we talk about the bloopers and such that comes up in this session, and give our participants that 10 minutes so we can keep it moving.
Okay, so right at this moment, since I have 2 people here, I'm going to take one of the topics and repeat them, and I'm going to make 5 rooms, and I'm going to call this room okay, health. All right, so I now have Adam, Darlene, and Jacqueline in relationships, so you're going to think about that going into that room. I have Denise, Jennifer, and Medea on health. You can think about that going into that room. I have Kaisha, Nadine, and Zakia on money. Think about that going into that room. And I have Stacy, Evans, Teresa, and Theodora and on sex. Think about that going into the room. And I have Carmen and Sister on health. And I'm letting Terry in. I'm going to put her in health, please. So Carmen, Sister, and Terry's audio. Okay. Carmen, Sister, and Terry, you're going into breakout rooms right now. And inside the breakout rooms, the 3 of you are going to think on a topic to present on the topic of health. That's just the 3 of you. You're going to present, you're going to be in the breakout room for 10 minutes, present for 5 minutes. So I don't want to get into the instruction. I'll drop you all the instructions in the broadcast message. So look for a message on the top of your screen. that's recapping these instructions. I'm going to open up the rooms now. You're in there for 10 minutes. Good luck.
Have fun. See y'all in 10 minutes.
Oh, and by the way, yes, I know you chose I'm not putting you in the rooms of the topic you chose. The topic was a collective choice, but the rooms are randomly selected. Okay, ciao. All right. All right, so I'm copying the instructions.
Okay, awesome. While you're doing that, Kenyofu, I think it's so interesting because we, in the pre-session, we fully went through setting up the polls. Matter of fact, that was the biggest part, to make sure that we had that ready. Then to find out we couldn't use it. And as admins, like you said, we have to be spontaneous because sometimes we plan things and Zoom, Facebook can conspire against us and throw things at us. So, with our one of the most valuable things that I find as being an admin here in the community is the support you get from other admins. You have to shadow if you have questions that come up, and again, be spontaneous. Oh, the one big thing that works for me the most being an admin, and I love, is facilitator training. It's called facilitator training, but I see benefits as an admin, even as a member of the community, just going through all of the how to communicate. This has a lot to do with communication, how to relate and how to communicate, express yourselves. I've learned a lot here.
I am typing instructions, so I can't quite type and talk, think at the same time.
I can see that from my side.
All right, so I'm going to pop into the breakout room 8. There's a question, so I'm going to pop in and pop back out.
Okay. So Facebook, what topic are you thinking about? I want you to do the work also. Even though you're not here to present, you can actually just, write it out on paper, what you would present if you could present. Okay. So this is, what else has been going on? Like, what other bloopers have we experienced? Amal is joining us. There's always something. Zoom creating updates, and we're not or making changes. Zoom and Facebook like to make changes without letting us know. So we had one of those recently. Facebook made a change, and we went in like business is normal, and business was not normal. Charmaine, is everything okay in the room? You're muted.
That's one of the bloopers. We forget to come off mute. So in that room, in the room that's has the topic sex, Stacy has to leave. She's leaving now. And so it just leaves Theodora and Teresa Scott, who for some reason they can't hear, and she there's some audio mishaps with her on her end. So should we just take those two and drop them into different rooms?
Why don't you have them come into this room and they can create their session with us, and this way Facebook can see it as well.
Or this is Mother Maud. I just got on. You can drop me in that room.
Okay. So they'll give you the instructions. Does that work? That is somebody there to communicate, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm assigning Amal to, where are they?
Number 8, I think.
To number 8. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what was that, Charmaine? You had everything set to go with the Facebook that day, one day, what, a week, 2 weeks ago, and Facebook had something different. So now you went in it and you were totally thrown away. So that wasn't the first time that something like that has happened. Over this year, this Zoom year and a half, there's been so many changes because so many people have been using Zoom, and Zoom is like, okay, we need to respond to these people's requests, or we see that there's a better way to do something. And when they see that there's a better way to do something, they don't effectively get the message out. And
I want to share something that happened to me. You kind of mentioned on it, and this is when we're going from Zoom to Facebook. And Charmaine is the queen of Facebook. I have not been on Facebook for a very long time. So I think it was last week sometime, I had the opportunity I was working with Cheryl, and going from Zoom to Facebook, you have to have the right devices here also. This is where I learned on an iPad, the challenge is sharing a Zoom session. If you're working on an iPad, there's a challenge sharing it to Facebook. So I took over that responsibility without the experience. And I believe when I shared, it showed up on Apple large screen experience, which is a whole nother group that that I shared in. And I think it took about maybe like 10 minutes to get the share in the group in Facebook. And I remember thinking to myself, if I was not an experienced admin with all the experience I've had here on Woo, I would be shaking. Like that would break me. That would make me so nervous. But because of the practice that I've had in playing this role, again, it's like, okay, we move to the next. One of the things we say here on Woo is that we are not, and I know that a lot of our community and people who come to visit us, they go like, wow, my God, you guys are huge, you guys are big. But for us, we're just regular people just providing a service. We're not NBC, ABC, and none of these major productions, but I've discovered that a lot of the communities see us that way. But when you're here, you get to realize this is just basic. We do intend to step it up, and we appreciate the view and the perception that you see of us, but it's all about just being spontaneous and comfortable within your role. And the more you practice, the more you get it.
Yes, and shadowing is one of the ways to see what goes on behind the scenes. So if you're out there on Facebook, just know that that's a thing over here. And shadowing is basically what you're doing right now. Literally, you are sitting quietly watching and listening to us speak through certain processes. So you have a very special role today. Shadow. We should put you on a calendar, Facebook Shadows.
And if I can speak on Facebook, as a Facebook admin, what's done is it's not just showing up on Facebook, but it's actually linking Zoom and Facebook together and making sure that the verbiage is correct. And man, have I had some bloopers with that. I correct the verbiage and I go in there and said, oh, shoot, I didn't correct the number. And it's day 400 and I'm putting down and it's day 100 and I have to go behind the scenes to correct that. And then sometimes I bounce myself off. I'm like, oh my God, how the hell do I get back on Facebook? Or the other times I remember in the beginning, we transition from Shawnee's account into my account so I can communicate with everybody. And boy, oh boy, I forgot that piece and I stayed in her account and I'm there having a wonderful time chatting away. But it wasn't me. I wasn't chatting under my name. I was chatting under her name. And so she had to bring to my attention, Charmaine, you still on the page. I was like, oh, okay. But I would say the amazing thing out of being able to do this, because I came in technically challenged, was what was the language I used to say back then. But now I am technically learning. I'm not technically challenged. I'm technically learning. And the skills that I have gotten just from being able to bridge Zoom and Facebook together and being able to do a little bit of IT, navigate and find out, how do we get into the space, especially when they change without warning?
Oh, breakout rooms are
Yeah,
closing.
yeah, especially when they change without warning. And so that's one of the beautiful skills that I've been able to get out of being an admin, and a skill that I can take wherever I go and use that critical thinking in other areas of my life. So it's not just admin on Facebook, but where else can I IT in my life? Where else can I IT in certain problems or whatever it is that I'm facing day to day? How can I take that value and use it in other areas as well?
That's right. Flexibility, transparency, and transferability. Awesome.
Something I
So welcome back.
think.
What can
Awesome.
we see? All these facilitators, all these admins, amazing. All right. So there's a reaction button on the bottom right side of your screen if you're on the computer, and I imagine it's the same location if you're on your phone. So I want you all to test that right now. I want everybody to click a reaction. And yeah, so let me just make sure that you all know how to use it, because I'm going to ask you to use it in a second. So looking for Sister and Carmen's reaction, Stacy, Teresa, Theodora, Darlene, Z, looking for your reaction, Denise, Jennifer, Terry. So there's on the bottom right of your screen, it will say reaction. Is where you can put up a thumbs up or a wave or happy face, any, couple of faces there, heart. Denise, Z, Adam, keep it up. So, does it come off by
I keep
itself?
putting it up and it keeps dropping away.
Okay, got it. All right. All right, didn't realize that. Okay, cool. I can see why they would do that. So who did not? All right, so bring your, so give it a couple of seconds and then it'll stop. So with your physical hand, who was not able to do the reaction? Or come off of mute if you need some support with that. All right, Denise, you got it. Sister, you got it. Great. So did everybody get to do their reaction? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. So why did I have you do that? Why? Because that is how you're going to choose to present. So, Sister, you could take your reaction down. I don't have the ability to do that. Sister. All right. So what I'm going to ask you to do is that if you are ready to present, I want you to activate your reaction with a raised hand. So one of those reactions was a raised hand. So put up your raised hand. We're going to choose the first 3 raised hands I see. So Amal's group, raised hand. I need 2 more groups, 2 more hands to go up. Carmen, that's not a raised hand, it's a flower. Was that intended to be a raised hand? I see Sister's hands raised and Carmen's hand. Okay, good. We got 3 groups. Look at that. 3 presentations. So, all right, no more hands, please. Everybody can present because we don't have time. The first one I saw was Amal. So Amal, who was in your group? We're going to stop our spotlights and then we're going to spotlight your group. Amal, come off of mute and tell us who's in your group. And then so I can spotlight them.
Okay, that was Theodora and Carmen. Oh, I'm still unmuted.
Yeah, no, so we hear you now.
Okay.
Okay. So Theodora was raising her hand probably because you were raising your hand.
Mhm.
I think, was she raised? No, that was Terry. All right, so I'm going to spotlight.
I know. She
I
said, I'm
can't-
looking at
okay.
the chest.
Hello?
You know what?
Carmen?
Actually, our subject was sex. So what can I say? So okay, go ahead.
Okay, Nigel, can you spotlight Carmen and Theodora? I cannot add the spotlight. And that's another Zoom thing. I don't know why it's not doing that with, I'm on my computer. I should be able to do it
Sure.
from my computer.
Let me find them. So Theodora and Mama Amal are already spotlighted, and Carmen does not have her camera on, so I'm not able to spotlight.
Carmen is not available right now.
Yeah.
Okay, she is on screen now, so I'm going to add her.
It wasn't Carmen. Carmen wasn't with us. It was Stacy Evans.
I was not.
Oh,
Stacy Evans was with us.
okay, Stacy's not available. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, she's not available.
Okay. So it's the two of you then. So you can do it. One of you is presenter at a time and one of you is admin at a time.
Okay. Here we go, Amal.
All right. You said
Our topic was sex, and being of the age that Amal and I are, what we discussed was about the foreplay. And as far as we're concerned, and that's the question that I'm putting out to the audience, for us, foreplay can be an all day or whatever happens during the day, or it's not just the act of foreplay. It's putting yourself into a mental state, maybe for that. I mean, if you've had a good day and, you know, y'all are really having a togetherness and, you know, giggling, laughing, that's all about foreplay. And that leads to a good night or a good time during the day. But I mean, if you're arguing and fussing and things are going on like that, you really don't feel like having sex or anything like that. How does the audience feel about that?
Can I add something as well?
Yes, you may.
I think, yeah. So, yeah, because that for me, it's not a matter of just jumping in bed at night and doing what you do and then rolling over and that's that. To me, foreplay begins in the morning. When you get up, the intimacy has to be there all day. It can't be just whip bam, thank you, ma'am, is what comes to my mind. It's foreplay is all day. You know, we in and out of who's going to do this, who's going to do that, agreement. You know, every once in a while, a peck on the cheek, a pat on the butt, that kind of thing. You know, not arguing and fussing and disagreeing. And he goes off and don't tell me where he's going, or you know, all that confusion and money is an issue, and all of that does not lend to a night of pleasure for me. And I think Theodora agreed.
I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. For me, it's a mental thing. You have to get to my mind before you can get to my body.
Absolutely.
Do we have anything in the chat?
Okay, I'll check the chat. I see 6 in the chat and I'm not sure what they are. So foreplay does begin outside. That's Sister Keisha. Does begin outside the bedroom. And then Sister Jacqueline said, I looked at how a man washes dishes. How about that? And I don't have access to Facebook. So I don't know how we would manage that.
Maybe the admin could help us with Facebook.
If there's anything on Facebook, it does get dropped in the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
So we got Sister Nadine, let me pull it up, who says, It went away. I'll do Charmin. Charmin says Facebook, Laura Joseph, foreplay is about being intimate, which means into me, you see that more than sexual. Oh, then it jumped out of the way. Let me pull it up. More than sexual. It's spiritual as well. Amen. Character means everything. This is from Adam. Character means everything to me in a woman. All right. And then Zakia said, so I've been celibate for almost 20 years. I began a new relationship last year. Wait a minute, she jumped out. Hold on. A new relationship last year. What I'm finding that if my head isn't in it, won't happen. I agree with foreplay starting well before getting in the bed. Amen, sister.
Amen.
And Terry Ruffin says, I agree. I need love all day. Thoughts, needs, and action. And Denise says, yes, it's only about the touching. And then Jacqueline says, I say dishes because a person who takes the time to clean the dishes will pay some attention to feeling the dishes to make sure it's clean. Can you, 30 seconds. Okay. All right.
Okay. So so for me is like, as Amal said, as we are.
I'm sorry, 30 seconds. Now you can conclude in 30 seconds.
Okay. All right, Amal, you can conclude. All
right. So in conclusion, I don't know, as a woman, and especially as a woman of a certain age, it's a whole dance. It's a whole life dance. And when there's a lot of stuff on top of stuff and energy that's being pushed down and held with anger, that's what totally eliminates the sex drive. That there has to be a connection, and a spiritual connection, before there's a spiritual connection.
Beautiful.
And physical.
Thank you. So you all can stay on Spotlight. Now the audience can come give you 5 minutes of feedback. So audience, if you come off of one person, let's see, how are we going to do that? Who wants to give feedback? Raise your hand.
Oh, I just jumped on. I'm sorry. This is Kaisha. I'll give feedback. I just wanted to thank you too for giving the advice and presenting, like Amal said, a woman of you guys' generation. I think it gives the rest of us hope.
Just know that the feeling doesn't go away.
Yeah, that's it.
It just doesn't become the top of the chain anymore.
Let me give some clarity. The feedback on their presentation, that was a great response to their presentation to as a participant, but looking for some constructive feedback for how they did.
Oh, they did great.
This is Denise.
Okay, hold on, Denise. Let's have Terry speak, and then Kaisha's spotlight can happen, and then Teresa can share her feedback.
I think that the ladies did a fabulous job for having to put something together on the spot. They were engaging. They picked the topic that many of us could relate to, others of us could aspire to, and that we could learn, laugh, and listen at the same time. Wonderful job, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ashe. And Denise, hold on 1 second. It is 5 minutes to 8. So we just want to give thanks for you all who need to leave. You joined us, you participated, and now you're on your way to work. What a great way to start the day. You can pick up our contact information in the chat. And Denise.
Yeah, no, I think they did great. I'll be curious to one or two of their questions they really wanted to ask the audience. But I love the subject and I love them presenting.
Ashe. Thank you. Shawnee?
Hey, family. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Amal and Theodora. So y'all know me.
Please.
So what I would have loved to experience, because both of you are dynamic enough to manifest this, is rather than open up with just making a statement about it, just create a space for us to have a warm up to the conversation that aligns with foreplay. So doing something interactive that actually creates the space for us to get ready for this juicy conversation, for the juice to actually flow. So Theodora, you entered like some ways in which I've experienced sex, no kisses, no hugs, no, tender touches, no sweet nothings whispered in my ears, just like, here, take this, bow. And then it's like, how was that? So warm up. I don't know what you would have been able to create. You and Amal are very dynamic people, just create something for the audience to like be eased into the intimacy space that you talked about, rather than just jump right on in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. So there's about a minute left for feedback time. Anybody else want to offer? So I'll say that this was great. I totally enjoyed the conversation. Would love to have had it extended, and you'll work well together. The chat, it takes a little something to navigate the chat and with this moving and all that, but you did great. So Terry is up to speak, and then I see Jacqueline's hand is raised.
Okay, did you want me to ask my question? Or wasn't really a question, it was a comment. I wish I was in that topic because I'm about that generation. And the reason I say dishes is because I've noticed that people who are very like, they don't do well with washing dishes, they don't clean them, they don't even feel them to see if the grease is off and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't want that person touching me.
All right, thank you. So this is the opportunity for feedback to the presenters. Inside of the presenter's presentation is when you can offer your conversation. So it's the chat and then the verbal, and the presenter has the ability to say, let's hear a voice. That's definitely something you can do. Terry, did you want to offer feedback? We have a couple of seconds left.
No, I'm complete. I offered mine earlier.
Oh, okay, cool.
If I can add from Facebook, from Sister Laura Joseph, she says, well done, sisters. You make good points and handled yourself well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. All right, so we can stop their spotlights. And I remember that Carmen had her hand up, so she and her group. Are you ready to go?
Good morning. Yes. Sister was with us, and Terry.
Gonna spotlight them. Remember, you have 5 minutes to present. One person is speaking, the other person is reading the chat, doing the admin stuff.
Yes, perfect. Should we go ahead and get started?
You sure can.
Perfect. So hi, fam. My name is Carmen. I am going to be, I guess, the admin for this group, and we are the health topic. And Sister is going to be a facilitator. So
Okay.
Terry, is the floor is yours. Sister, the floor is yours.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So our topic today is health. It's not as juicy as sex, but it's important. So we're going to talk a little bit about your health practices now. When is the last time you scanned your body? And we want to put that question in the chat, I guess. When was the last time you scanned your body? And then the other question, well, I'll give some time for that, I guess, for that to be answered. What do you mean by scanned? Okay, very good question. All right, so scan for me would be, well, whatever it means for you, but for me, I would take a time to like focus on my body from head to toe and get in tune with my body to find out if there's any aches, pains, or any, reasons for concern, or even reasons to feel good, like if there's an area that feels good. So I'm just taking a mental note of maybe just closing my eyes, my ears, my nose. Do I feel, is everything feeling right? Is my lips, is my throat okay? Does anything feel out of alignment? And you could do that by just thinking, or you could do it by taking your hand and passing it, just like a scan machine, over your body, and just seeing what you pick up. You picking up anything, any stress, any tightness, just scan it. So that's how I would scan my body, from head to toe. Yeah, okay. And so that's what scanning would mean for me. I guess there might be other ways to do that as well. And then the next question we'd like to ask is, do you have insurance? Do you have insurance? All right. Do you want to, Carmen, you want to check the chat for the first two questions and see, what came up?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. So we have, I'm just going to go back. So with the scanning question, we have a couple of people. Sakaya said no. Just going to go back up. We have, and she also said that it's been too long. That we've had Keisha said it's been a while. Terry, Denise said that yesterday they scanned their body, and Shawnee. And so thank you so much for those who shared if you scanned your body. And for those of you who have not, it's never too late to start. So, hopefully you can get started after this. And I'm going to get in the second question, we're going to move to that one. We have Takaya said no to health insurance. We have Denise, Terry, Jacqueline, who said yes. And Keisha, Kinyofu, thank you. Your Robin, thank you. She said yes. And also Nija Wilson is a yes. And Shawnee said yes. Thank you for those who put in your questions to the chat, your answers to the chat.
Thank you.
Back to you, sister.
And then we opened it up a little bit. Wait, there was a third question though, right? Oh, yes, the third question was, okay, 1 minute. The third question was, what stops you from going? Like, what are some of the reasons or excuses or reasoning behind not going to the doctor? What do you tell yourself? What keeps you from going regularly? And as you're answering that, as we spoke in our room, the idea of making health fun did come forward, and really was added some juice to the conversation. Why is health so boring when we talk about health? It's to go into the doctor, it's this and that. So I would like to put it out there that we take put it in the chat, or you can just think of it mentally. What are some ways in your life that you can make health fun?
Yes, and sister, I'm gonna actually just read some of the chat, some of the responses that we've been getting in regarding to the third question, what stops you from going to the doctor? We have, so Darlene's doctor retired, she needs to find a new one, making the time, Kinyofu, thank you. Denise taking the time and no co-pays for others. Zakaya says she's a naturalist. I only go to the doctor when absolutely necessary. We've got a message from Facebook, Laura. When I wake up, I sit on the edge of the bed to see how my body feels and say a quick prayer and actually thank you. That's from the first question. And one more, Shawnee says, I am more hesitant about the dentist than my PCP, which is primary care provider. And for the last question was, how can you make health fun, right?
So before you go there, your time is up.
Okay.
You're moving into the 6-minute mark.
Okay.
And so, yeah, that's why I said short questions. Those are great questions, but a little bit long. And so feedback, who would like to offer feedback? I think while I have the floor, I'm going to share It was a great job. Very interesting topic. I love the way you laid it out. The first question about scanning, very engaging. It got me to listen closer. And the second question about insurance was, I could see why that would be important to the topic, but it wasn't shared why it was important to the topic. And there was, you had that pause in that space. I guess you were looking at the chat, I'm not really sure, but in that space, it was a perfect opportunity to share why you thought about that question and why it's important for us. But I like the way that you all were synergetic, even though there was some hesitancy in it.
Thank
Who
you.
else would like to share feedback?
I'll share. This is Shawnee. Actually, I didn't think the questions were long. I thought that it was like, have you scanned your body? I think what made it longer was just clarifying. So saying what you mean. And it was interesting to me, sister, when you have a co-created session, co-facilitation, you were like, that's what I believe scanning is. I think there should be an agreement about what scanning is between you and Carmen. We should know that y'all may not agree about that. Like if you come together and build it, I was like, this is what scanning means. And when we ask the question, we share what it is, and then folks can answer. But I love the buildup. I could see this going in the direction of like the importance of caring for your health and being tuned into you. I felt like you were layering the questions so that we could get to that important and dynamic conversation about health and well-being. So I thought that was a great start. Like you were scaffolding the conversation as far as I was concerned, like building brick by brick.
Thank you.
Laura mentions from Facebook, she says, I like how the sisters started the conversation. It was creative. And Denise says, agree with you, Robin. Okay, so that was from the actual presentation. All right, anybody else to offer feedback? Nobody has anything to say? Did you learn anything? This was about health.
This is Robin. I wanted to, you didn't read my feedback, but what I said is that they were partnering, they were great partners. And I love the way that they ping-ponged off of each other. They engaged the audience and gave space for each other to speak. I enjoyed that. I'm complete.
Yeah.
Terry, is your hand raised for a reason, or is that a mistake?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
In support of my team.
Yes.
I think they did a fabulous job. I want to call us the last minute wake up queens because we have tuned in right before we got put in the breakout rooms. And I want to thank the audience. They had me thinking about myself, about my health, and how to make it fun because I am having a challenging time right now. So to shift the energy to fun will shift my vibrations to a higher vibration. And the end result could actually be something more positive. That's my contribution. And I am complete.
Love it. High five, team.
Woohoo!
Denise says the third question was really great. Sorry that you all didn't have the time to answer the questions. That could be your opening for your presentation on WOO.
Is this a setup?
Maybe. All right. Any other feedback? All right. So who's the third group on deck? I think who raised their hand before was part of this team. So we're looking for a third group. Shawnee says it's a setup. Looking for another group, one more group to present. Do I have to call on somebody?
My hand is raised. This is Kaisha.
Oh, sure. Okay. Sorry, I didn't see that. Hi, okay, Kaisha. Who else was in your group?
It was Miss Nadine and Miss Takia.
All right. Can we get them spotlighted? Nadine and Zakia and Kaisha. So what was, while that's happening, what was your topic?
Our topic was money.
Oh, we're going to be hearing about money.
So we'll wait for Nadine if she's available.
Nadine, if you can. Okay, you're there. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, good morning. Can we start?
Yes, I just pressed the timer.
Good morning, everyone. Wake up, everybody. My name is Kaisha Coachman, and my co-facilitators today would be Miss Akia Bay and Miss Nadine B. Sorry, Nadine, I can't see her. And so our topic will be on money. However, we're going to put a spin to it, and the topic will be, can money buy us happiness? Instead of money is the root, we didn't want to talk about money is the root of all evils or are we happy, but can money buy us happiness? And so we chose this topic because we noticed that people use money in different areas. People use money for philanthropy. That's what makes them happy. People use money in donations and charity work. That's what makes them happy. People also use money, as Akia stated, and going shopping, being shopaholics. That's what makes them happy, and that's and that's okay. So, so the question is, or we spin it: how does money buy our happiness? If you don't have it, then you can't buy things. But if you have it, how do you use it to buy our happiness? So the question is, how do you use money to aid in your happiness? That's the question for the audience. How do you use money to aid in your happiness? So as I stated before, some people consider spending money on others to make them happy. So they'll go overseas to destitute communities and with donations, and they donate their time as well. So that's how that brings them happiness. I know after I volunteer my time or send a donation, that's a satisfying moment for me. So I'll ask again, how does money aid in our happiness?
Carmen says take my boys out for sweet treats. Medea says reduce stress because my bills are being paid. Jackie says money allows me to travel. It allows me to help my family to pursue their dreams. It brings me great happiness to pour into others. Kenyoku said treating myself to the spa. Theodora says to be able to pay bills and take care of my family. Denise says I use it for traveling, for fun and ministry. Terry says I use money to buy items I need, and this provides a sense of happiness. Nigel says creating a portfolio to leave a legacy.
Yes, all great answers.
Wonderful responses, ladies. Thank you very much.
Yes, yes. So
Denise, with food, sharing with others in need.
Yes, thank you, Z. So I've noticed a lot in the chat that we act with our money. We do things with our money. We don't just let it sit. We are very proactive with our money. Ms. Nadine, did you have something to say?
So it just seems that basically, in terms of answering the core question, it really depends on how happiness looks. And that actually looks quite different for everyone else. So therefore, money can definitely aid in buying happiness. But the ultimate thing would be, what is that happiness? And it varies for everyone else. And then another layered question can also be then the accessibility to money. So if we don't have money, what happens to our happiness?
Right. Okay, good question. So if we don't have money, what happens to our happiness? Can we find happiness in other?
Terry's hand is raised.
Okay.
Hi, I just wanted to make a contribution. Yes, I find happiness. For me, it starts with the basic necessities. And even when I did not have money, there was other things that I substituted, like joy, happiness, the ability to play, which made me rich. So money was symbolic even when I didn't have it material-wise. And now that I do, I am looking to not come from a place of scarcity, but come from a place of abundance and believe that it will always be there for me and that I need to put it into action. And thank you for allowing me to contribute. I am complete.
Thank you, Ms. Terry, for your contribution. And you're right, it's about what you have and how you use it. But on the flip side, I wanted to mention before we end, having this much money or working towards your income goals can also have a negative effect on us. And the negativity comes in the form of maybe working longer hours or spending less time with family, taking less time away from work. So we have to ask ourselves, are we prepared to do the work to reach the income level that we want to be at? I know some of us have side hustles and some of us have 9-to-5s. You have to work 100% at both to reach the level of income that you want to be at. So that's what it is, that's what it takes to buy your happiness, is longer hours and I'm away from family for a little while.
Thank you. I'm jumping in, Kaisha. As is definitely a topic that I feel you can build on, and that there's a lot that you didn't say. So this is, writing your name, penciling your name in somewhere. As you got this. Yeah, so great. That I like the way that I like the spin that you took. And yeah, so I feel like you did a good job and we could definitely use more.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
So Amal, your hand is up. Would you like to offer feedback?
Yes, I would. I think the structure, the way you guys managed it was great. I only have one thing to say, and that is energy. Energy in the presentation itself. It was just sort of deadpan. I mean, money, come on, money. Just give it a little more energy, just bring the vibration up a little bit more, a whole lot more. And it would have been perfect. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Kathleen?
Excuse me. Thank you so much. I thought money is always a good, it's always a good topic, but also to add to that, there's two currencies in life, time and money. And so I'd like to see this going with the volunteer work because that's energy that's still giving. And so I thought that was, something that could have also been just expounded on a little bit, kind of like what Amal is talking about, energy. time is energy, positive energy too. The people enjoy giving. And I just wanted to add that.
Thank you. Mhm.
Would someone else like to offer feedback?
I'm going to say something in reference to Amal's share. In this space, we talk about, and Kathleen just alluded to it, but you were speaking about it from a different context, I believe, Kathleen. Amal was talking about the execution and delivery. And so in the facilitators training, and whenever I give feedback to the facilitators or think about myself, I think about the subject matter, and the subject can be juicy as fuck. However, the execution, like how we deliver it, and when we train the facilitators, we talk about dynamism. You've heard me say that word more than once. And so, Kenyofu, John Carl, Charmaine, I'm not sure if this was built into what you planned, and I know you don't have a lot of time left. But Robin talks about anywhere is everywhere. So when we bring a particular energy to our delivery inside of facilitation, it probably shows up in other spaces. And when I think about health, that Carmen and Lord, my brain is going. Oh, and Sister delivered. And then also earlier when Amal and her group talked about sex, it's like, if you think about the energy that you bring to the topic, and it's like, is this also occurring in the other parts of your life where you bring an energy of like, that can be misinterpreted, like you don't care or whatever it is, but we would benefit from looking at our facilitation styles and delivery like we look at other parts of our lives. It can definitely give you some indicators as to why people respond or react to us in particular ways, and where we might benefit from amplifying the energy or toning it down, because some folks are like rah, 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 and folks are overwhelmed by that energy, and they would benefit from tweaking it. So I just wanted to put that out there. Look at what we did today collectively as an opportunity to look at other areas of your life.
Very good.
Thank you.
So I want to commend everybody, not just those who presented, but everybody for being open enough to play the game, because you all could have exited. You could be like, I'm out, I'm bouncing, I don't want to do this. It's too hard. Or you could have sat in the room and with your arms crossed and I'm not doing this. I don't have anything to say. I just can't. But Jacqueline considered that. No, you didn't. But you played the game. And then not only that, but you also volunteered. So you raised your hand and you said, oh, we're going to present. And there was unity in that. So it wasn't that one person's like, come on, let's go. Come on, get off the screen. Let's do it. Everybody just jumped on. It's like, yeah, we could do it. So I really appreciate that. And then you didn't have any time to plan this. You didn't know what this was. You came into session, and as you expected every session to be, you sit back and you will experience what there is to experience. Never did you imagine, I'm sure, that you would be the one to be spotlighted, right? To spotlight it in front of Zoom, spotlight it on Facebook. And now you are you're embedded in the history of Wake Up Everybody. So people will see you and you have your little snippet of being a facilitator. So kudos and congratulations. And with that, I would say that you also given a topic. So when we do anything, we want to actually have a choice in what we do, but you were given a topic to present, and it might not have been your top topic, and you were had to come up with something to say about it. And it might not have been a topic that you were really excited about. And that's the thing about presenting, is that, and this is something that I'm learning, is that, that whole energy piece that Shawnee is speaking about, it can come across in how you feel about the topic or how you feel about your understanding of the topic. So if you're feeling doubtful, if whatever those thoughts are, wherever those thoughts are in your head, is going to come out in your presentation. It's going to come out in your conversation with the person, with your neighbor. It's going to come out in your conversation with your communications to your children. So those thoughts, that recording that you have, you want to be aware of what those recordings are saying so that you can put them in check. If they're affirming thoughts, keep them there. If they're not affirming thoughts, have them sit down and then change the thought so that you can present wherever you are at your highest, with your highest spirit. John, Carl, and Charmaine, anything that you'd like to add?
Yeah, I'll share. I was intrigued. I was amazed. This was such a beautiful session. You know, we planned this just yesterday also. So we were also spontaneous in presenting this topic to the community. You know, we got together and filled the space and like created something that everyone could be part of. And like you said, we thank everyone for participating because this was a collaborative energy. You know, coming into this, I'm like, look, I believe in spirit. I believe spirit is going to show up. It's going to flow. This is 326 days today. So I witnessed the growth, not only as individuals, but as a community. As a community, we come here, we're open. You know, we choose to awaken and of course transform and then ascend, and we witnessed that today. All of the presenters, I love energy is one of the things that I observe most, and even though the energy could have been tweaked, I felt like it was just perfect. You know, I remember facilitating for my first time, or adminning, being here and wake up for my first time, and what that felt like. And this did not feel like you guys were first timers performing, because when I came in for the first time, I was new to the community, and everyone here is not. Everyone that presented today, we're not new. So the vibration, the energy that we feel here raise everyone raised, and we grow together. It's like the community performed this morning. The full community, the chat was going off, the responses, to fit 3 presentations into one session. I never imagined it, but it was beautiful, and I feel the energy and raise the blessings for everyone. I'm like, I am raised. I don't know if you guys feel it, but I felt like we all raised to another level, because it shows us that what we're requesting here is for everyone to feel this, embrace this. And we're bringing the community who never thought that you could present or facilitate. We're showing you that it can be done. And spontaneously, it happened. It was proven. There's no more question. Our desire for bringing more admins into the background of what we do, and how your intelligence sees. Intelligence sees is one of the things that we've been focused on in our training, and I saw it here today. Like, we elevated, and I love it. I welcome all of you to the community as admins and facilitators. And I'm complete.
Carmen has her hand raised.
Yes, good morning. I'm gonna put my hand down. So just a quick I guess like share. I was a little nervous because as my group shared, we had just come into the call before we were transitioned into the breakout room. And one of the things as we were preparing that I got really excited about was what a safe space this is for us to practice, for us to make a mistake, for us to get feedback. Because, you know, I can't speak for everyone, but not everywhere in my life do I get feedback on my presentation, on my, whether it's I'm presenting an idea to my boss, or, I want to share something with my partner, I may not always get a lot of feedback. So this was really great to have this space, and also to enhance and elevate skills. So I'm super excited about what we're doing here. That's it. I'm complete.
Amal?
Yes, I'm sorry, I took my camera down, but I thought that this was great. I've been toying with and tossing around and thinking about facilitating one of the sessions.
And what this showed me, it's not that I'm afraid of being out there. I'm not. I guess I'm just dragging my feet. And then a lot of things that I would be talking about, Dr. Jua has already covered. So I don't know if I can do as well a job as she did, but I also realized in just doing this, because I had just gotten on and they just popped me in a room and we have 4 minutes left. So yeah, I'm realizing that I can turn on a dime and that this is a safe space. This is a safe space for really doing what's passionate or talking about what's passionate for you and not feel that it would not be received or that it would be ridiculed. So this was great. And I guess I have to talk with you, Shawnee, to talk about what it is I would want to share. I'm preparing something for my church around spirituality. And I thought it would be something that I could share on Woo. And I guess we'll just have a conversation and just see. Okay.
I would say before we move on that my share around that is that I would love, and no pressure, if this resonates with you, we can talk about it. But like when I think about my evolution as a spiritual being across the ages and stages of my life, I'm in awe of like where I started and where I am now. And I know you know that space because you are so dynamic in your spirit walk, but I know it took something to get there, so, and even if you touch upon things that Jiwa spoke about, you are delivering it in your own way. There's a lot of facilitators that have come through and shared similar content, but it's their own energy that they bring. And the delivery is coming through a different vessel. So I don't see that as an issue. We can never learn too much about what Jiwa shared, because that is like totally mind-blowing. It takes levels and levels and levels of conversation to actually land and stand in that. So just consider those things. Like there's no reason to stop you at all from being able to facilitate, even if it's from that same subject matter or a tweaked level of subject, because you bring up a lot who you are as a seasoned sister in the world, and that's so valuable for all of us. And I'm complete.
Thank you for that. And I will talk to you.
All right, Teresa.
Good morning, family. I'm sorry I overslept. I missed all of this loveliness, but I'm proud of everyone who did it. I just love Wake Up, and I appreciate the part that I did here. It's amazing to know, how much we've grown since last year. And I'm definitely gonna look at it later on to see what I miss. I've also thought about facilitating. I just have to, get myself in a place where I could, get up and be there on time, do the training and stuff like that. But just working on some other stuff right now physically to get myself in order. But I feel, the love of everyone who's talking. I could just feel that we are loved here. And so to be in a place that we love, I always talk about the Woo and the love that the Woo has for us. And I feel like y'all are my miracles. Y'all keep me fighting and pushing just to live some days when I'm really, not, I don't mean to say it in a negative, like to live, but it's like, y'all make my life so much better when I think about y'all. So thank y'all for having Wake Up and everyone who facilitated. I love y'all.
Thank you. We did this and we're getting ready to close, but I can't close without saying that you all got a chance to experience facilitating, but also admitting. And some of you were able to play the role where you're facilitating and someone else manages a chat, and others of you were facilitating and trying to manage the chat, and then noticing that there was this imbalance. And that's why we have the team that we have to support the facilitator, so the facilitator doesn't feel like they need to do everything. And you will never know what you can do until you jump in and do it. And so you all did that. And now and there's more. There's more in terms of learning how to manage balance and create the space that you need that works. So also you experience the planning, which is what happens in the back end before presentation. You experience the collaborating with a team of people, and you experience the feedback. And that's what the feedback is what's given in debrief. So we're going to leave here, and our team is going to go into debrief, and we're going to get the feedback that's needed in order to help us grow. So you all did it. Charmaine, do you want to say something?
Yes, my offer is just as you were able to be spontaneous and to think on your feet and use your tools from your tool bag to be creative with the topics. Look at other areas in your life and see where you can use the tools to do just that, where you can be spontaneous to shift from a low vibrational space to a high vibrational space. Today's session was about being in an admin's role, but really it's about being admin every day. And it's not just being admin and wake up everybody, it's being admin in your life, but it's financial, spiritual, family, whatever area. Take this energy that you have here, that you've created here, take the tools, 326 days of tools, and it's more than 326 tools, but take all of those tools and really apply it to your life, and you would see such an amazing change. And I am complete.
I see Theodora's hand raised. And then this will be our last comment.
Yes, I just want to say thank you for an opportunity that I would not have had and would not have done to think on my feet and act as a facilitator and an admin. Thank you.
You're welcome. Beautiful. All right, John, you can bring up the slides.
Yes.
Thank you for everyone for your comments and for participating again. Feedback was awesome as well. All right, yes. Oh yeah. So you all have the opportunity to shadow the Zoom admin. Shadowing is opportunity to sit and watch. And some of you, everybody actually got a chance to sit and watch and hear the conversation, to get a sense of what happens behind the scenes. It's like you're looking through the window. The way that you can do that is to sign up to attend an admin onboarding session. And this session, I set the date for June 3rd at 7 p.m. So you can come to that session, get a sense of of Wake Up Everybody in general, and then get yourself on the calendar to shadow. So you'll be in with us at 6:30 in the morning on Zoom, and you will hear the pre-brief. You'll be part of the session, part of as in a participant, but with the insight and experience of us as admin. We also communicate on WhatsApp thread, so you'll be included on that WhatsApp thread, so you can see the communications and be a part of that whole experience. And you also join us in the debrief, that happens after session. And the debrief is another session. You can think of it as another session, because who knows what lessons drop there. There's always something. So yes, this is my contact information. You've seen it before. You can screenshot it and have it. My telephone number, Facebook. So Kinyofu, I'm Kinyofu everywhere. Kinyofu on Facebook, Instagram, and my email address, kinyofu@gmail.com. My website is choosetoevolve.com. And I also have, I mentioned my last presentation, I'm distributing for a company called Valara, which is an air purifier, water purifier, and health wellness company. So it's valara.com/choose to evolve if you'd like more information on that.
Beautiful. And you can reach out to me, Charmaine Calendar, at 404-271-5617. And in being transparent, I am horrible with text messages. So the best thing is to call me. I'll answer my phone much faster than I will return a text. But you can also email me at charmainecalendar@gmail.com. And I'm complete.
Good morning, everybody, again. And my name is John Carl Martin. I'm an artist, minister, author, and healer. You can find me on Facebook, John Carl Martin. My company is Happy Island Books, my children's books. I write children's books, a series of children's books with my daughter, which are titled, What Makes Me Happy, What Brings Me Joy? And they're dedicated to teaching all the children of the world. I like to say the little ones, but they cater to the children within us, how to think like a child, how to be creative, spontaneous, find happiness in everything and everywhere. I can't say enough about the message behind these books. And J. Martin Designs, where I create beautiful artwork, and I'm open for commissions of all types of projects artistically, whether they're logos or portraits. And then when it comes to being a healer and a coach and understanding energy, where your attention goes, energy flows, understanding what that means and how we create that. And every teacher we've seen here in Wu, we speak on different perspectives of the same thing. And we heard a lot about that today. It's all energy. We are energy. And you can reach out to me and we can have conversations about this for any of the services that I offer. And you can reach me at Instagram, same names, at John Carl Martin, at Happy Island Books, at J. Martin Designs. And my emails are exactly the same at gmail.com. Love offerings. Love offerings, this allows us to expand, to build here as a community. When you come here and you facilitate, you're offering, you're sharing, you're giving energy. And energy is give out and it comes back. And when it comes back, it multiplies. That movement of energy allows it to multiply. And where energy is a commodity, is a source, is money. My own natural energy yields is how we see money here on Wu and within this community. We encourage you to see it the same way. So this morning, if you would like to offer a donation for the growth of this community, we give you a couple options to do that. And the first is by Zelle or QuickPay. And you can share that at soulleadershipdevelopment@gmail.com. That's the email address you'll use. And for Cash App, $Spirit of a Woman. And you will see this link in the chat. You can click on that link and it'll take you there immediately. You don't have to wait. You can do it spontaneous. Again, be spontaneous. Think about the magic that happens when you're spontaneous with your actions. So you think about it, I'll do that, you do it. This is also for me. This message flowing through is for myself. And it's not just with offering your donations today, but with all of the energy that you give. Consider it a spontaneous action, act and move upon it, and then watch it comes back. You will recognize it. And you saw great examples of how to do that today. So please remember to add the code. And that code is going to be 326-ADMIN. 326-ADMIN for our presentation today. And thank you so much in advance for your donations and love offerings.
And also remember what you got from this session. So each of you had the chance to be facilitator, and the energy was not just in terms of you It was us, it was everybody, it was collaborative, it was amazing. And where else can you get that? So I thank you. And we have tomorrow, we're not ready, we're not finished with Charmaine yet. Charmaine's not finished with us. So we have Health on the Brain Part 1. Yes, thank you, Charmaine. This is excellent. So join her tomorrow. And we have on Tuesday, Stacy for Manifesting an ETA for your ETA, the Autism Special Needs Edition. And this is what we've all been waiting for. This is what Stacy has been holding on to. So she's sharing it on Tuesday. So join us then. If there's anyone new in the space today, it'd be great if you drop your name in the chat. This way we can see who's here. We can give you a shout out. And your newness, it could be this being your first day ever. Wake Up Everybody. It could be your first day here inside of Zoom, whereas before you've been in Facebook. This could be your first week. Whatever that, it is your new, if this is a new experience for you, and we want to know if this is a new experience for you. We are live every day, well, 5 days a week. I keep saying every day. 5 days a week, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 8:30, and Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 7:30. In addition to being live inside of Zoom, we're also streaming live on Facebook. And you can have your Woo swag, the sweatshirts, t-shirts, masks, mugs, whatever your desire is. Go to bit.ly Woo swag. bit.ly/Woo swag. And stay in touch. This is how you register so that you can get the emails and get the link so that you can be a part of Wake Up Everybody. So it's bit.ly/Wake Up Movement. And you can also be a part of the Facebook community. If you're not already, bit.ly/Woo community. You will fill in a form, and then we will approve you, and you'll be part of the community where you can watch playbacks for as long as we have so many playbacks inside of Facebook. You can also check us out, on Instagram at Wake Up Everybody Virtual, and on YouTube at Woo on YouTube. Well, bit.ly/Woo on YouTube. That's the shortcut there. And our email is info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. That's where you can email us and say, hey, I want to present, or hey, I want to admin. So please do that.
Okay, now is where we do what we do here in Woo. And we invite you to share your love shower, not just for us as admins, but for us as a community. Each and every one that presented today, each and every one that shared. And whether you shared live and you got to be part of the teams, or you shared in the chat, this is what makes us together, makes us one spirit moving in one accord. Share your love, family. Unmute yourselves. Let's go to gallery view and just love up on each other. Share the love, family.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Always a blessing. Always a blessing.
Do a little bit more today. Thank you.
Always a blessing.
Thank you, everyone. You did a
Thank
great
you.
job today. Great
Showed
job,
up and
everyone.
showed up today.
Everyone did a wonderful
Wow, so
job.
good to see
Thank you.
everybody's
Yes,
faces.
thank
I
you,
love
thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I miss y'all.
Oh, baby.
Stay
Thank
Well,
you
then enjoy the
all.
blessings of the day.
Love y'all so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. Love you all.
Love you all.
Love
My
you
milk.
all back. So glad I joined the family.
Great job,
Yes.
everyone.
Love you.
Great job.
Thank y'all. Y'all are so awesome. I love y'all family.
Love you, Terry.
Yes, I feel it every day.
Bye-bye.